All right. You may step down. Thank you for your time.
Call Carmine.
Prosecution, do you have any
Call
further
him?
witnesses?
I think we should call him.
I do not want to call him. I'm gonna be.
Okay, call Mr. K.
Has he changed his story?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I don't want to call him. Your Honor, we'd call Mr. K to the stand.
Mr. K,
What the hell is happening? Uh-oh.
please step up to the witness stand and be sworn in.
Sure thing. I'm coming right on now.
Murder one.
K1!
Sorry, I gritted it a little too hard. What the fuck? How you sit on this
Sorry,
thing?
can you hear me?
Oh, now I can.
Oh, okay, sorry. Could you please raise your left hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Han?
I swear to tell the truth.
Very good. He's sworn in.
That guy sounds like a bitch.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I proceed?
You may proceed.
Thank you. All right, sir. Can you state your full name for me?
That's right. Name's Mr. Kebun.
All right, thank you, sir. Now, what's your relationship to both defendants?
What do you mean by that?
Well, do you have any relationship with them?
No.
All right. Well, I want to ask you a little bit about an event that took place on the 27th of December. Now, at any point of the day, do you recall speaking with Mr. Costello?
Yes, I spent a large portion that day with Mr. Costello.
I see. And at what point did you become aware of Mr. Costello in communication with Mr. Charles?
I was with Mr. Costello, and he was contacted by Lilith and Ramasquamy. Something along the lines of, or actually he was contacted, I believe, by Bobby, sorry, my correction, that he needed help at Chumash.
And did you think it was urgent?
Yeah, it sounded pretty urgent.
What happened after that?
Well, we rushed on over to Chumash Pier. We walked down the pier, and that's when we saw Ramasquamy and Lilith at the end of the pier with Bobby Charles.
Did anything look odd to you?
Yes, it did look quite odd, and the frantic text or message from Bobby Charles led us to believe that he was in danger. So we tried to approach sneakily, but we were spotted, and that's when Carmine scattered. I stayed, and I played it cool, because I'm a cool, calm, collected guy, unlike Carmine, who, you know, he gets a little frantic. He's a coward. But me being the courageous man that I am, I played it off. I said, oh,
Your
don't
mama.
worry. I'll make sure to get Carmine out of here. But meanwhile, Carmine already ran off, so I snuck my way around to the side of the pier where they got the lift. I went up, I hit on a boat, I took my phone out, and I started recording just in case something went down, because I felt like it was a fishy situation. So while Carmine's running away like a coward, I stayed there and recorded what happened next.
All right, and what did you see happen?
Whew. Well, exactly what you saw on the tape. I saw a man get kicked, stabbed, and brutalized.
All right, I see. All right, and what happened after that?
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. Right before she kicked and stabbed him, she had the knife in her hand and sent Ramasquamy back to the car, so he walks down the pier. Couple seconds later, she makes her move. Couple seconds later, she starts walking down the pier. The coward Carmine's still nowhere to be seen, probably hiding under a rock. She walks down the pier,
Your uncle.
slowly, casually, cold-bloodedly, and makes her way down to the beach, where I see her go up to the water, and it seems like she was washing something off. After that, she walked on over to the campfire. seemed to place something down. So I waited. I waited until they left, and I made my way back down the pier. I told Carmine what happened, and he ran down the pier to go check on Bobby. That's when I went on the beach and found the knife next to the campfire.
I see.
He's...
Can you hear me, sir?
Counselor, I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear.
Now I can.
All right, sorry about that. All right, so can you just explain to me? Did you stay on the scene
Up until when?
after you collected the knife? Were you still on the scene?
After I collected the knife, we left.
Okay. And can you just describe, I guess, exactly where Mr. Charles was stabbed?
Well, exactly where you see in the video, at the end of the pier, kind of in the middle.
And where on his body as well?
Oh, it was hard to tell. He was kicked down and then stabbed while he was on the ground. So yeah, it could have been the throat, upper chest, something like that.
And what did you think that Miss Falker meant to do?
Well, I mean, stab him, I guess.
Did you think she meant to kill him?
That's objection. How is he gonna know what she's thinking?
Yeah, that's totally sustained.
Certainly, Judge. I'll move on. All right. If I can, I just want you to... Actually, before we get to that. So, you saw the defendants leave the scene. Is that right?
Yep. So yeah, they left the scene afterwards. And the coward Carmine was still hiding at this point.
I see.
Your
And
uncle.
can you describe how the defendants left the scene? Was it on foot? Was it by a car?
I couldn't see exactly, because I was at the end of the pier on the boat still, so I didn't have a clear view of how they left.
Okay. But they left together.
Yes.
Okay. And if I can, I want you to take a look at Exhibit G, if you can. I don't know if you have the police report.
No, I don't have it. You need me to look at the video?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I can bring that out.
Think about me.
Okay. I got it up.
All right, thank you. So I just want to confirm, is this a video that you recorded?
Yes. You can see the boat lift in the video.
Sir?
Yes, yes, I recorded that video. You could see the boat lift in it.
I see, thank you. And that video, is that an accurate representation of what occurred?
That is what occurred. Yes.
And what occurred is that Miss Falker attempted to murder Mr. Charles.
Protection, he's testifying.
Yeah, what was that?
Sorry, that was a question for the witness judge, but I'm happy to withdraw. Thank you. No further questions.
You turned around and faced the gallery and just stated that.
Yeah, what is he doing?
No further questions, Judge. Thank you.
He's even laughing.
Malton, it is your turn.
Yeah, once again, I'll try to keep this brief, Mr. K. So you found the knife,
That's right.
and you picked it up,
That's right.
and you gave
After.
it to the officers.
No.
Oh, sorry, you could finish what you were saying before if you would like.
I can tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah, sure, if you
So
want to
after
say what happened.
my high-level detective skills, I don't mean to brag to the court. I used to be a detective. Okay, you know, one of the best.
Excuse me. Hang on a second. Who is this, and why did he just run through here? And where was my bailiff?
Mob
Did he just
trying
plant
to
a bomb?
silence us as
Go get him,
usual.
Cletus. Go get him.
All right, I
Love
believe
to.
Cletus is on that.
Sorry about the interruption. Hope that wasn't traumatic for anyone.
Right.
Continue, Malton.
So, as I was saying, I used to be a high-level detective, one of the best. A position that Carmine could never get to because he lacked the skills. So I used my skills to stay in a nice, secure location, scope out the scene, and let the events unfold to get the full story. I saw exactly where they went to place the knife. So I went over there. I took a picture of exactly where I was. Then I took the knife. I was afraid they were going to come back and try to clean up the scene. So I took it and I brought it to the most trustworthy man that I could think of. A man that loves the people, that loves this city, that loves this state. And I handed it to him because I knew it would be in good hands. I gave that knife to Maximilian, Mr. Dab himself.
Okay, I'm not going to ask what Mr. Dab did with the knife, but I'm just going to ask you, to your knowledge, do you know why then the cops would be claiming they found the knife on scene?
I believe they were talking
Objection, Your
about
Honor.
the picture.
Facts on evidence.
All right. What's the fact that's not in evidence, Captain? Could you elaborate?
Nobody has testified to anything he's saying right now.
Okay.
Well, the question is not referencing that. I'm directly trying to refute Officer York's testimony that the police found the knife. We have a clear contradiction here. I'm trying to hammer out.
I don't believe she
All right.
said that, Your Honor.
All right. Look, facts not in evidence is not
Technically,
going
they
to go against an alternate theory. They have to prove what they're claiming. If your story is more provable, then that's that. But I'm not going to call it
She did? Yeah, I thought she
facts
did.
not in evidence.
She might have fucked up, but either way,
If he says that's what happened, that's
really fucking matter.
that's what he says.
He didn't say
So-
that, by the way.
So once again, just to restate the question, then, do you know why the police are claiming that they found the knife?
Well, they technically did find the knife if the knife did end up in their hands. So they did find it one way or another.
But you are saying, 100%, you took that knife from the scene and you gave it to Maximilian Thoroughbred and not the police.
Well, it just depends how you're looking at this. The universe works in a couple different ways. Everything has a action and reaction. I was taught in elementary school. So basically, when something is done, there's a reaction to it. So by me putting this knife out there, it then caused a reaction of it being found by the cops, by another person. So yeah, they did find the knife.
All right, fair enough. And you came to record after. Jesus.
Wait, man, please.
Get down, Lilith.
You
know what I'm
came to
saying,
record
Jack.
after the text messages, so you don't know about anything regarding like the knife play or anything like that.
Can you clarify knife play?
Yeah, like, so what you witnessed there, you don't know the context behind what you were witnessing. You were just there and recording it.
Well, what do you mean? I could see the context.
Well, nothing further.
All right. Very well. Prosecution, do you have any questions to ask?
Who's on the ground?
Medical treatment.
Oh, okay. Yes. He's
Vaccine in Los Santos is causing casualties before.
Wait, did they poison the lawyer?
Is the is it
Partly the
nerves or
Maxine.
physical?
Vaccine was mandated by Max and is poisoning the lawyers.
Maxine.
Oh, man.
I like surprises.
Well, then come find out what the surprise is.
All right. Order in the court. We're reconvening this matter. I've concluded my deliberations with Judge Angel, and there was a great deal of material to go over in detail, and a number of key issues to sort out. But this has been quite a case. Feels like at the onset of this case that I've been asked to either legalize knife play or legalize kink shaming. I'm not going to do any of that today. What I am going to do is examine what is a flawed case from both sides with a lot of inconsistency and more than likely a lot of dishonesty from witnesses on both sides. Things that don't add up, things that were later recanted, things that were denied. And these are the key facts that I think are going to decide this case. The video of the stabbing in multiple reviews, brought up some fascinating questions about, I guess, plausible deniability. Lilith Folker instructs Vivek to leave before this attack takes place. Now, that brings up the question of her motive for doing so.
Mistrial.
From a common sense perspective, it would tend to indicate that she either wants him to be safe and away should any trouble arise, or she wants to hide what she is doing from him. And without any way of knowing one way or the other,
Jill won.
I'm not sure what his level of prior awareness is to her intentions in this video. And again, the accounts that we heard here today
Lilith is taking a fall.
for the motives for the meeting, the motives for why anyone did what they did on that day are all varied and conflicting. And the wording of the charge for accomplice is clear in that Mr. Vivek wouldn't necessarily need to be there to be charged as an accomplice, especially after the fact. So we had to examine, more so than any testimony, what occurred after the fact with these suspects. And it has been demonstrated in this courtroom that Mr. Vivek, as well as Ms. Folker, did change their stories multiple times, first denying that they had even been there, and then proceeding with this knife play affirmative defense. So with that in mind, it calls into question Vivek's prior awareness as he's being told to leave the scene of this crime, alleged crime. As for the other video, while not completely damning the footnote video
Run.
of Carmine, it does not necessarily,
If I just run.
does not necessarily
Sprint
irrefutably prove a
right now.
conspiracy to fabricate the knife story. It does
Sprint right now.
demonstrate that multiple stories were being discussed, which is enough to reasonably conclude that multiple parties were in collusion to create a narrative for this court
Mistrial.
case rather than simply tell the truth.
Mistrial.
And while that is disconcerting, if I were to charge any one of you with perjury, I would probably have to find a burden of proof high enough to look at all of you who testified today and likely have to charge many of you. So we're not going to deal with perjury, but I would say that probably most of the people who testified today were dishonest about something. But back to the defendants and the charges, I do find that the knife story is implausible based on the supplementary
Fuck.
evidence supporting its
Fuck.
fabrication following the initial incident. So with that in mind, I will be finding Miss Lilith Folker guilty of all charges. And Mr. Vivek, again, because you did change your story multiple times, that did cross me over in terms of reasonable doubt to find you guilty as well.
Oh my! Justice
Thank
is
you,
served,
Judge.
baby.
Total farce. I guess the woke
This
mob
court-
wins.
That is the
The woke mob is taking over Los Santos, everybody. January 6th is where we will say January 6th City Hall. January 6th City Hall. I'll see you there, January 6th. We're taking back our city.
Mr. Ramasquamy.
January 6th.
Mr. Ramasquamy, Miss Lilith, face away from me.
January 6th.
Bench your back.
All right.
Thank God.
Thank you all
I have
for your
no
time
idea what this
today.
case was.
You've all been amazing. The gallery has been very well behaved. Round
Lopez,
of
bench your
applause
back.
for everyone.
The judge hates our freedom.
Holy.
Well, there's a
Gaming.
I will not be silent.
Mr.
Vote Max
Ramasquamy.
Vivek.
Vote Max.
This is
Our
fake
officers
news.
vest on and surround
Won the
them.
case.
Good luck, Barrick.
Total
right.
fraud.
Okay.
Maximilian Melatonin. You are a total fraud.
Mobster
Mobster Max with his
I'll
goon.
campaign for you.
Javon, you let us down.
What up? Justice.
I can't.
Free me! Free us!